minutes. Well then guys, with Destiny 2 just on the horizon, just a few days away, we're going to get the full copy of Destiny 2. Very, very hyped about that. Last weekend, we had Call of Duty World War II beta, just to give us a little bit of a taster of what we're going to be expecting in a couple of months. Obviously, that game had a little few issues in it, so hopefully they're going to be ironed out a little bit more in a couple of months' time. But like I say, Destiny 2 is literally just around the corner. Super hyped about that game. But it has got me thinking, though, leading up, especially up to Christmas. Now, as we know, coming up to Christmas, a lot of games are released. Obviously, it's a great marketing strategy with Christmas, so people can buy games for other people and stuff like that. But it does bring out a lot of AAA titles. Now, obviously, in the first-person shooter world that I particularly like. Now, with that, we're going to have, obviously, Call of Duty, we're going to have Destiny, we're going to have Star Wars. They're probably the three top dogs. Hopefully, Star Wars' multiplayer side of things are a little bit more ironed out to try and keep the multiplayer side of the business actually going for a little bit longer. But they are pretty much the three top dogs for the first-person shooter era coming up to Christmas. Now, it has got me a little bit worried about where Titanfall 2 is going to be standing. Now, don't get me wrong, Respawn Entertainment with Titanfall 2 have been absolutely phenomenal over this past, nearly a year now. But obviously, we know they got off to a little bit of a rocky start. A lot of people put it down to the strategy from EA, which definitely did not help. I think they all thought that Call of Duty was weak. They were going to go in for the kill. Didn't quite work out for them whatsoever. Because obviously, when we look back to Titanfall 1, that particular title was obviously only on the Xbox side of things and obviously on PC. Didn't quite do the numbers that they actually wanted to do, but it certainly did better than Titanfall 2, which obviously was multi-platform. So, in regards to that, it didn't get off to a great start. I will say, though, a lot of people seem to jump on board after around about 3-4 months, even some people up 6 months. A lot of people that I met with when I was streaming and stuff like that never even tried the game, never even wanted to give it a go, but they ended up having a little go, trying to get used to the movement system and stuff like that, and they absolutely loved it. And I think that was one of the biggest problems with this game, is that not a lot of people actually really wanted to give it a go. But saying that, like I say, the numbers kept on rising just a little bit. The sales haven't been amazing by no stretch of the imagination. But what I will say, though, in regards to that, is the numbers of people that are actually online, even though they're not crazily big, they have been pretty steady. Now, at this present moment in time, we're doing around about 8,000, I would say, average on a busy night, on most busy night evening, sorry, shall I say, on the PlayStation Network. Now, during the Call of Duty beta, I did notice it dropped down quite low, around about 4,000 or 5,000 at that particular moment in time. Obviously, it was like beta, so everyone was wanting to try that particular game out. But it does average around about 8,000. Now, Respawn Entertainment have had a good strategy. They've been implementing DLCs to us all the time. I will say, though, with the DLCs, even though I don't want to moan, I know they're free, but, you know, the maps are just recycled from Titanfall 1, which is a little bit of a letdown. But also, another thing that's a letdown is the weapons. We had no new weapons, nothing to get you get your teeth in. Yes, they did drop us Monarch, which did get the hype train back on. But the weapons will pretty much come from Titanfall 1, so I can't see any new weapons to try and keep this game alive anytime in the future either, which I think would have been good, because the weapon variety on Titanfall 2 really does not exist whatsoever. But also, what I do say is a good thing from Titanfall 2 is that they did do the Frontier Defense. The Frontier Defense, I think they did the free weekend, and obviously when that actually launched, I think the numbers on PlayStation Network pretty much doubled over a 4 or 5 day period. Seems to have got a lot more people on board, and it seems to be very popular as well, because one thing I've noticed since I've been playing attrition lately is that it takes longer to get a game. Yes, you'll get a game, but it does take that a little bit longer. You seem to be waiting a bit of time to actually get into a game, whereas before you never have to worry about it. And, you know, compared to other game modes, attrition, you just pretty much constantly cycle in and out of games quite easily. But at the moment, it's a little bit more slower. And I think that's down to the fact that Frontier Defense has got a lot of people going. A lot of people are enjoying it. Obviously, they've just added in some new maps and whatnot else as well. Obviously, we've got Aegis Brawl, where people can obviously use their Titans, which they've ranked up, and with all their upgrades, and they can put that into battle against other people as well. A little bit chaotic, a little bit broken. Ronin's just crazy good. but a lot of people are enjoying that as well. So I think that's taking the numbers away from the actual proper multiplayer side of things. But saying that, the numbers are pretty much averaging the way that they are. But I am a little bit more fearful coming up to Christmas. Now, like I say, we got Destiny 2, Call of Duty, Star Wars, amongst other AAA titles, which, don't get me wrong, some people play their first-person shooters like other games as well. And I am a little bit worried because I don't think Respawn Entertainment are going to want to keep dropping more DLCs and stuff like that, trying to keep the game alive. I could be completely wrong on this, but I don't think that they're just going to keep doing it. Now, I was hoping that Titanfall 3 was going to be coming out next year, and I do believe Titanfall 3 will come out. I would imagine that they would have the greater idea of trying to release it at the beginning of the year so that people just buy that because there's nothing else coming out. Obviously, in regards to that, you would imagine, though, we would have heard some leaks or some rumours or something in regards to Titanfall 3. I'm 100% certain that they are going to release Titanfall 3. I totally believe that is going to happen. But I'm not too sure if it's going to be next year, which could be a bit of a problem for Titanfall 2 as well, because I don't think it could last another year. I really, really don't. Even though it's such a great game, it's got a great community. I mean, the community is absolutely amazing. People stand behind it. But I'm not too sure whether or not it will be enough to try and keep the player base going once all these other AAA titles are going to be coming out. But we'll have to wait and see on this particular point. I mean, personally for me, I would imagine, though, especially on the PlayStation side of things, I'm not too sure how the Xbox side of things in regards to numbers, but on the PlayStation side of things, I mean, we are averaging around about 8,000. I would imagine once these AAA titles come out, I would imagine that is going to be cut in half, especially up to around about Christmas time and that. I really do hope this game does keep going. There will be some, excuse me, I would imagine there's going to be plenty of loyal people sticking to Titanfall 2, including myself. I'm just a little bit worried about trying to actually get a game. I don't want to be sitting there for 5-10 minutes waiting for the actual system to load up and just try and find me a game every single time. So we'll have to wait and see. But personally for me, when these AAA titles come out, I am a little bit more fearful for Titanfall 2 and whether or not they can actually hold off and, you know, still manage to keep a player base once all these other titles do come out. But let me know, guys, in the comment section below whether or not you think Titanfall 2 is actually going to last past Christmas or whether you think the game's actually going to die out. And also, on a side note, do you actually think that Titanfall 3, for one, is coming, and do you think that maybe, just maybe, they managed to keep it under wraps just enough that it could be dropping to us maybe around summertime next year, because I think that would be the best time for them to actually drop their AAA title out. I think that would be the better way to go rather than trying to compete with all these top dogs towards the end of the year. But anyway, guys, leave all that in the comment section below. If you are new to the channel and you like this particular video, you can feel free to go check out other ones. And also, if you could subscribe and if you could drop a like as well, that would be absolutely amazing. But I will be back each and every day. So this is Nitty Lass, and I'll catch you later.